Tough football game, hard-fought game. 14-13 game, 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Went for a 4th and 1 on the 30-yard line. Didn't get it. They turned around, made a couple big plays, went down, went 70 yards, scored. That was a teeter part of the game. We came back with a beautiful drive. A couple series later, got that thing within 2 scores. We had a season-high offense, over 400 yards offense. John Hillman had a 122 yards rushing on 5.5 yard per average. Did a lot of good things in the game. We didn't stop the run. We did not stop the run. And that was a huge deal in that game. So, we let up too many big runs. There was like 3 runs which comprised most of their offense in the first half. I thought the game was hard fought. I thought our kids played hard. I thought we competed. I thought we made a bunch of plays. I thought Anthony played really well. I thought Ben Petrulla at center played a heck of a football game. We're running the ball well. We're throwing the ball pretty good. We had 30 minutes of possession to their 29. So I think the tail of the game came into inability to stop big runs. And then at the end of the game, we were still a 2-score game. We're trying to get it back up the field, and we called a draw. We got a first down. We put the ball on the ground, and that unwound us right there. Gave them a short field, and they scored right there, and then that just got that got silly. That's where it was. That's where it is. Any questions?
You can't just wait for the microphone. Raise your hand. We'll get it to you.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can pinpoint about what allowed them to get so many chunk runs?
We got out of our gaps. We got out of our gaps, and we didn't tackle well at the second level. There was a couple times the safety should have fit the runs in there, and we missed tackles. Those were missed tackles. And a couple times, we hopped out of our gaps, and they popped us with some big runs in there. Because we also made an awful lot of good plays on defense and on offense. There's a lot of good football plays in there, both sides of the ball. Like I said, it was a hell of a game. But at that point, right around the midpoint of that third quarter, that series that transpired there, we took a hit on it. And then we came back on offense and went down the field. It was a beautiful however many play and however many yard drive for a touchdown, which brought us back. And I'm gonna tell you, at that point in time, I felt like we still had a really good chance to win that football game right there. All right, but we couldn't really. Our inability to stop the run, 2 third-down runs, they popped for big ones on us. 3rd down, 3rd and 9, maybe 3rd and 11, somewhere in that range, and that hurt us. So, yeah.
Strahan being out affect the run defense?
Well, I mean, he's one of the top 3 players on our team, on our football team, so of course it had an effect, but I still thought we played really hard. And, next man up. It's like last week we had to regroup after losing our center, but I got to tell you, we regrouped at the center position this week. We played a really good football team, and I felt like that kid played, I didn't see the film yet, but I mean, played his tail off. There wasn't a lot of issues there, okay? So now we had to, then the next week we're dealing with, arguably one of our top 3 players on our team. So we've lost 2 of our top 4 players right now. And we dealt with that, and we'll keep dealing with it. That's life. That's where it is. But yeah, any team loses 2 of their top 4 players is probably going to take a toll on you a little bit. But, that and a dime will get me a cup of coffee. We got to get going. I mean, we just got to go play, okay? And I thought our guys did. I thought our guys played. Hey, I got to tell you something. I was enjoying that football game, okay? I really was. And just aggravated that we let that last 7 minutes of the third quarter and then the first 5 of the fourth, just let that get away right there, What else?
The 515 rushing yards, that was the 2nd most allowed in school history.
Right.
And by far the most allowed since you've been here.
Right.
As a coach, how does that performance sit with you?
How does that what?
How does that performance sit with you? Like, it can't possibly sit well, I imagine. I know
our bell cow is defense. And, we don't give up like that, rushing yards like that. And we let it up on big plays. It wasn't like, when you get ground pounded to death, just let up big runs. That's what happened here. We don't do that, but we did.
Steve, the way Anthony bounced back today, and also the game Charlie Callanan had.
Yeah.
A couple of big plays there.
Charlie caught the ball, Anthony threw the ball, played with confidence. This is like the tale of two stories to me right now, and maybe you can see it on my face a little bit, okay? I'm really proud of the way these guys played. And some of these guys that are in here, you can see like AJ and some of the unbelievable promise that we have with these players, okay? But it's equally frustrating that, we couldn't stop the run today. We're out of our gaps a little bit there at the linebacker positions. We got, new people in there, and then we, let up those big spots like that, But, yeah, I mean, to watch some of those guys play, yeah, I mean, you could get excited watching Anthony Brown play today. Of course you could. I mean, bounced right back against a marquee opponent in a big-time atmosphere and performed. Watch A.J. Dillon. I mean, that guy, he's going to have a lot of future. John Hillman played his best football game here. I mean, he came back after that game, and, I mean, he played like a monster today, okay? And Kobe White, once again, made some exciting catches. And in a return game, Mike Walker about popped the punt return and about popped 2 kickoff returns. So, I mean, and Charlie caught the ball so well. I thought our offensive line played well today. I really did. I mean, it's like proud of them, man. They've been beat up, and we've lost 3 starters off that unit. They played against a very stout defense today, and I thought they played well. So, got to go back. Got to look at the big plays we let up in the run game on defense. And on offense, we just got to keep hammering away right now. We can throw it, and we can run it. We just got to do it with more consistency. We're playing good opponents. I mean, heck, we opened up in Northern Illinois on the road at their place. They just beat Nebraska, at Nebraska. I mean, we've played some good football teams now, and I can still see the growth in our football team, But as you pointed out, letting 500 yards of rushing up, we don't do that, And we got to get going. We got to look at, we're going to have to adjust a little bit to our personnel right now. Okay, is the bottom line. We're going to have to make some adjustments to our personnel right now. As simple as that. We did it on offense last week, and we're going to have to do it again now. We found out about Connor probably on, I don't even know what day it was, maybe Thursday. I can't even remember what day it was. It was late in the week, and there wasn't a whole lot we could do at that point. So we rolled.
Coach, 3 of those big run touchdown drives early happened without Harold Landry on the field. I know you've said your strategy with him, keeping him fresh for the 4th quarter. Is there frustration when you don't have Landry on the field for those?
I mean, listen, I got to go watch the tape, but I can just tell you this. I don't know which ends are, I'm not focused on which ends are in all the time, but it wasn't the ends that created those missed gaps right there, okay? So it was the linebacker safety issues in there. But I didn't answer your question because I really don't know, I know that seems to be a topic of conversation. I mean, nobody's trying to hold Arrow back, I can tell you that right now, okay? But I told you before what our plan was with him, and, that wasn't the problem with those runs hitting. That much I know, Yeah.
How odd was it for you to see so many chunk plays in the same sort of window of time? Because you've given up 1 or 2 here or there, like
right.
60-yard one, and kind of like whatever. You throw it out and start over. When they start coming back,
Right.
What does that do for the shape of the game?
Well, you saw what it did. I mean, Julian, you saw it. I mean, that's what happened. Like I said, when you go through this game, I mean, we've got 30 minutes of possession. They've got 29. You know what I mean? I mean, we had just over 400 yards of offense here. I mean, we did a lot of good things. So that answers that question, yes. And those chunks are what torqued this game right there, because it was a close game.
In terms of morale, like defense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they are coming up, right? If they come up with a pick,
Yeah.
get a stop on 4th down.
Yeah.
And then a 65-yard run, 46 yards.
Yeah, it's back-breaking. It's back-breaking. But when you talk to these guys, I'm in the locker room, their morale's not down, they're mad. There's a lot of pride and they're mad. And, we've got to go back, and we're going to have to make, we're going to have to make some adjustments personnel-wise right now. I keep saying that. We're going to have to do that, and because, we're going to have to make some additions, changes. We're going to have to look for some more people to refit where we are right now. That's a job that, we've already are processing, but probably couldn't quite get done in 2 days.
Do you feel comfortable about the depth? On both sides, really, but
Well,
especially linebackers.
I mean, at that position, no, I'm not comfortable with that depth right now. No. Just like I'm not comfortable at the center position's depth. I mean, I don't, you can't go, I mean, we're through 2 of them now. I can't go through 3 of them. I don't know how many teams in the country could, to be honest with you. I mean, it's hard. These are realities. They're just realities. And I got to deal with it. And I am. We are. And I thought we dealt with the offensive piece of that pretty well today, to be honest with you. And we'll deal with the other piece. We got good players, good coaches. We'll, get that fixed and move forward, okay? And like I said, you watched the game I watched. I mean, I know there was big plays in there, but you saw, there was a point coming, I came out of halftime, I felt like, wow, we really got a great opportunity here right now. And then in the third period, and then that critical series right there, like I said, tilted it. Before the half, we ran that draw, we bobbled the snap, and we bobbled the handoff. And I said to myself, okay, I had 2 choices here. Call a timeout, try to take one shot at the end zone. And I chose that with this young quarterback, I wanted to get into halftime at 14-13 and let him feel surge and feel good about what took place there. I was worried that we could have an exchange problem and or a sack fumble at that point, and I didn't want to take away the momentum and the fight and the confidence of that young quarterback at that point in time, which would have been I could have maybe got one more shot off to the end zone. But I've just said to myself, all we need to do now is get a strip fumble here. We don't need that right now. We're playing really well. We're playing really hard, and this kid's got a great look in his eye. And that's a real important thing that you got to keep in mind with those young quarterbacks. You got to keep that great look in their eye. So that was the decision making there with the offensive staff, to be honest with you. Okay, and that's the answer to that. Why that took place at that point in time. But again, I'm not a smiley face sticker guy, but boy, there's an awful lot of good stuff that went down in that game, and stuff that's real, and we just got to keep building and keep developing it, and handle the personnel issues that we have been thrown our way right now. We got to handle them. Just got to handle them, and we'll get to work on that immediately.
We'll take one last question for Riley.
Coach, right before half there, was that a tough decision for you to let the clock run down? Did Party want to take a shot downfield?
Yeah. Yep. But responsible for the psyche of that quarterback right now. And at that point, everything is risk-reward. Everything, we could talk about this ad nauseum too. I mean, is there a right, wrong answer? I don't know. I mean, yeah, you take the shot and you score, it's the right answer. You throw a pick and it goes the other way on you, or you get a strip fumble, then it's the wrong answer. But at that point in time, I felt he had good look in his eye. Our team was playing really hard. We're in the middle of this game. The percentages of dropping back to about the 45-yard line and launching a ball to the end zone, and everything happening clean, the ball's launched, it's gone, all that going well, it's not a very high percentage. So, you play the percentages, and, that's what we did. That was our whole mindset there. It's really not that complicated, agree or disagree. That's why there's, many flavors of ice cream.
Thanks, Steve.
Yep.